Just a quick reminder. Remember, I'm switching all tributes, breakdowns, and rookie analysis. I gave y'all Justice Winslow, Frank Kaminsky, and Miles Turner, but that's all the rookie analysis that's going to be on YouTube. The rest of the rookie analysis is only going to be on analysisplayground.com. Make sure you check on the website daily because, like I said, I'm moving away from YouTube and going more to the website. Basketball analysis coming to you with a quick video up on the Los Angeles Clippers. I've been making a whole lot of Clipper videos, but I got to keep doing it because they're doing a whole lot of moves. They going all in for the championship, bringing back DeAndre, adding Lance Stevenson, Paul Pierce to the bench, adding Austin Rivers, keeping Jamal Crawford, getting rid of Spencer Hawes and Matt Barnes and upgrading their spots. I love what the Clippers are doing. I'm going to do that whole analysis right now. I like adding in Josh Smith because now you don't have to play Paul Pierce as much minutes because you can put Josh Smith at the small forward, Blake got the power, and DeAndre at the center. And now since Josh Smith can actually shoot the three and he can shoot decent, it's better for them because now he adds more floor space into the team because he's a better defender than Matt Barnes, and he's a better three-point shooter, and he's all around better player. So basically, the Clippers got rid of everybody and upgraded everything. Everything on a bench is upgraded. They had to pay a lot of salary to do this, but it's all worth it because Chris Paul is in his 30s. Eventually, you got to see if you're going to go all in for a championship or are you just going to sit there and wait and hope you get your chance. They had a chance last year, but they blew it against the Rockets. But even then, they didn't really, to me, have a legit chance of winning a championship because they just wasn't deep enough. That's not the problem this year. Everybody kept saying they need a small forward. Adding Josh Smith and Paul Pierce solidified the knockdown three, and an all-around small forward is Josh Smith, who can defend, he can play make, and he can shoot the ball, and he can go to the paint and finish and get out on fast break and get easy buckets. And he's a good rim protector and a guy that gets a lot of steals for his position. So yes, he is better than Detroit. Yes, he do have people like J.J. Redick, Chris Paul, Blake Griffin that can shoot and space out the floor so he can still get to the paint and still post up. So Josh Smith is in the team right now. They got so much talent, he doesn't have to do everything he had to do in Detroit. And Detroit had Drummond and Greg Monroe. It wasn't enough floor spacing for Josh Smith. With Blake Griffin, Chris Paul, and J.J. Redick, Jamal Crawford, Paul Pierce, they all can shoot. So it opens up the floor for Josh Smith to still get to the paint, still throw alley-oops, and still knock down the spot-up three because he ain't going to be the primary ball handler and the primary focus because Chris Paul and Blake Griffin are playmakers themselves. And you put a floor with Chris Paul, Josh Smith, and Blake Griffin, there's going to be so many good ball handlers and playmakers on the floor. It's going to be impossible to guard this team because everybody on the court is a threat to score, and you got three people that can pass and make plays for the whole team. Blake is an excellent passer for a power forward. Josh Smith is an excellent passer for a small forward, and Chris Paul is the best passer in the game. So talk about pick your defense apart. They was one of the best offensive teams without all these additions. This team was impossible to guard with the team they had last year. This team got Lance, Paul Pierce, JJ, Chris Paul, Josh Smith. All these players are all on this one team. This team is going to be a terror to guard. I actually do think the Clippers can win 60 games on paper, like what they got on paper, if everybody stay healthy. And this team is so good, even if they get an injury, it's going to be hard to beat this team because they so deep now. Their biggest flaw was they bench, and they upgraded their bench in every single way. I am very impressed by Doc Rivers. Everybody gave him bad flack. He made bad trades. He got rid of players he should never got rid of. He added draft picks. He took back too much salary. He gave Spencer Hawes a bad deal. But he just made himself a name in this free agency, signing key free agents after key free agents, making good trades to get Lance in here, to convince Paul Pierce to come down here and win. This team is loaded. They got all these weapons, all these snipers, and JJ and Paul Pierce and Chris Paul. It's going to be hard to stop this team. I can actually see this team winning 60 games on paper. I love the team, and I think they're so versatile. They can throw up so many different lineups. They can go small with Josh Smith at the center. They can put Josh and Blake on the court and go small that way and have Josh Smith as a center, as a rim protector, and have Blake Griffin as a power forward, and Paul Pierce as a small forward, and JJ as a shooting guard, Jamal Crawford, and they can have Chris Paul. So I like this roster. They can go a whole lot of ways. And like I said, the best part about this now is that they don't need to have DeAndre Jordan in at the fourth quarter, because now they got more floor spacing. So they can actually take DeAndre out and put in Josh Smith, put Blake at the 5. They got and you can put Paul Pierce as a stretch 4 and put him at the 4. And you can just put Lance Stevenson at the 3 or at the 2, because he's a playmaker, he's a ball handler. So that'll give you 4 ball handlers with Josh, Blake, and Lance and Chris Paul. So if you put all 4 of them on the court, they all can eventually get a shot, because they're going to either create for themselves or create for somebody else. So I love this roster. I love it. And it's going to be hard to beat this team. Comment, like, subscribe, and share. And let me know what you guys think on the comment section below. Josh Smith, what you think about him? What do you think about the team? Can they win this championship? Yes, they can. They just need another center. I think I like them going small, because it's harder to guard them, but they still need at least one more center, a rim protecting center, just in case DeAndre get injured. They need some insurance. I thought they'd get Brandon Wright, but they ended up getting Josh Smith. But I don't think they can do it. But if they can find a little center in the D League or something, pick them up and just put them on a roster as a rim protector, as a big body, I think they can do. They can get Cliff Alexander or somebody like that. Pick them up off the D League and just use them as a big body and teach them how to play a role on the team and make them excel in the role. I think that's a good pickup. Just pick up a good center and have them as a big rim protecting body that can rebound and protect the rim, and then they'll be ready for a championship.